Hey, welcome back to another video. This week's a product testing video, and we've got Kentfaith has supplied us these beautiful magnetic filter system, and we're going to be testing it against the PolarPro system, the MagLock series that are currently used. So really excited to see how they go. They look $1,000,000 just straight out of the packet. The pouch, the quality of them, they've definitely stepped up the game. It's really exciting to see it. Now, this is a sponsored video, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But first of all, we're going to check out these filters and have a bit of a chat about them, and then I'm going to head out and try and get some photos and videos down the beach and see what the quality of the photos and the videos is comparing the two different filter systems. So without hesitation, let's get into it. Let's go check out these bad boy new filters. Okie doke, so let's just shoot straight in and have a quick look at the website to see what they've got for us. So it's a 82mm mag lens filter kit, CPL ND8 ND64, and the front cover, which is a nice aluminium one as well. It's a great little set. It comes in a beautiful little pouch that we've got here. Obviously the filter, the coatings, lens coatings are pretty much similar to all high-end stuff that we have now in the filter systems. You've got waterproof, hydrophobic, scratch resistant, and all that sort of stuff. So, and obviously polarization on the polarizer. They are separate. The NDs are separate from the polarizer, but they do stack, so that's fine. We can compare them directly to the PolarPros, which are built in. Now, the little pouch that comes with it is, I think, really well done. It's a great little setup, nice and light. Velcro belt loop if you're going to put it straight onto your belt. It's got a nice little solid steel D-ring there, so you can attach it straight to your bag. Obviously zip to seal it up, and it's got this little flap there, which is sort of handy. So if you've got it open like that, and you just want to move to a next spot, you can just, it's not going to pop open. The little magnet in that little flap there is going to keep it sort of closed, so nothing's going to fall out. And then it's just easy to pull back and get to another filter. So really well designed. I like the orange. Obviously it's the Kentfaith colors, which is really cool, but it's also nice contrasty, so it's easy to go and to find your filter. So you can, especially in the early morning hours, if you're doing a sunrise or something like that, or a sunset, and you're trying to find a filter, it's easy just to go and grab it with your fingers because of that contrast color. So I like the fact that it is it's a nice vibrant color, and the filters stand out and easy to pick up. So that's pretty cool in that regards. Now the filters are nice and light and skinny, obviously because they're just a ND filter as such. They're not a combination, so a little bit of size and weight I can't really compare in that regards. But the quality we can, and we are going to be doing that. Now they have sent me two more adapter rings that don't come with the normal set. They've sent me them separately, and that's just so I can have the option of checking on a couple of other lenses. So I've got the 50mm 1.2, the 24-105 RF, and obviously the 15-35, which we've got the cover on now because that's the 82mm direct. Looking forward to testing that out. Now, it is a sponsored video, so I do want to give a big shout out to Kentfaith for having the faith in me and sending me the products, and hopefully we can continue this and I can get to see some of their other massive range that they do have. They go anywhere from tripods to lens filters to adapters to camera bags to night vision binoculars, telescopes to trail cameras, cleaning kits, which are really good. I've used them as well. They've even got endoscopes. I'm not sure that I'm not going to be a doctor, but if you are a doctor or a nurse or something like that, they've got that. Surveillance cameras, which is pretty handy. Baby monitors. They have so much available. It's amazing. It wasn't until I opened up the site how big they've become and what they now have access to. So pretty darn cool. So go check them out and support them as well, because they're supporting us. Now that they have kindly supplied a discount of 15% off if you use the 34 media in your coupon code. And yeah, a big shout out to Kentfaith, the first choice in photo and video products, and proudly part of this family now. So very kind of them to support us, help out a little creator, and yeah, go check them out. Hit the links below, and you can go check out this kit and many other kits that they do have. If you're after some filters, if you're after studio lighting, they have that. They pretty much have everything. It's a pretty amazing company, and as I said, I've used their products many times before, and I've still got them and I have no issues with them, and I have no doubt this is going to be a decent quality, and it's great to see them step into the magnetic range. So very, very cool. Right, from here we're going to head out to the sunny coast beaches, try and find some water flow, and perfect way to test out some ND filters. Nice sunny day, and see what we can get and compare them against the PolarPro MagLock Series to see the quality, check out those color cast and any sort of issues there may be, and have a really good look at them and see what we can capture photo and video wise. Really interested to see how this works out. Righto, let's head down to the beach and yeah, check out some new magnetic filters from Kentfaith. Beautiful. Righto, let's do it. Well, as you can see, we're down the beach. High tide, heaps of waves, and one of my favourite rocks on the sunny coast. Beautiful rock, waves smashing on it. Plenty of flow. Great composition to set up and do for the test. So at the moment I've got the PolarPro on. Just getting some test shots, setting up, and then I'll get a couple of shots and just make sure the composition's all good. And once that's right, I'm going to bring out the new Kentfaith or Kentfaith filter. I've got an N64 on. That is super bright, as you can see. So what I'm going to have to do is, I've had to go up to F10. Normally I like about an F8 is nice and sharp, but I've gone to F10, 1/8 of a second, 100 ISO, just to combat that really bright sun. Got a couple of good ones coming now. You'll see these waves coming. 2-second timer, so I can try and get those waves crashing across the rock and get that motion, that energy and that flow. So we'll check this out and then we'll come back and I'll swap over to the Kentfaith and we'll have a look. Quick once over the lens to make sure that's all spotless, and then the magnet straight on. So it's really simple. Once that adapter's on, it's a really simple thing, and because I've got that magnet there on that, I don't have to close that right up. Some big waves coming in, so I'm also trying to watch the waves as well for this tripod and the tripod you're on as well. So it's very stressful situation, but nonetheless good. So first of all, obviously ND64, it's matching what the PolarPro has in on my light meter. So I've got my RGB histogram up. Oh, there's a big one coming. Just gotta watch these waves, sorry about that. So it's matching the histogram, the RGB histogram, so I don't have to adjust my settings. So that's a good sign straight away. It means that the actual ND filter is similar strength. Obviously, it's probably not going to be amazingly exactly opposite, but so I'm still at F10. I've still got the same setup for my shot. Now I just got to wait for some waves and see what the shots are like. So I'll get some shots here, and then we'll come back. And we might try the polarizer and do some other stuff away from the sun as much as the brightness. But it's one of those days where we're probably going to need the ND64 anyway. So ND64 is really good for a nice, for a bright sunny day like today. You get a wave coming in now. Looks pretty good. Looks very good. I've also got some waves going on in the background, so even if I get that rock by itself, I've also got some action with those rocks in the background. So that's why I've come up on this high position. So I've got my main rock here, then I've got the rocks, and I've got the hills and the mountains in the horizon over there. So it's just a matter of getting timing my waves right and getting a good shot to get the action and the motion. Okay, so got some good sets coming through now. Now I've got the stacked on, polarized with ND64. A little bit darker once that polarizes it on. I'm actually probably thinking about dropping it down to maybe an F8. I think that's probably going to be a little bit better. So maybe it is a little bit darker than the PolarPro combo. We'll see once we get back in Lightroom to see how those photos go. One more, this one big one here coming. Woo, that was close. Rightio. So done here. We're gonna go, we'll move over the other side. I've got some other shots we're gonna have a look at. But so far so good, looking pretty good, pretty impressed. So I've got a couple of really good shots already. It's a pretty awesome spot. That's why I come here. I knew with a high tide it was going to be a good location. So what we're going to do now is I'll swap over to video. Obviously we'll go with the K&F filter. Ooh, I thought I got off the edge. K&F filter first, and then we'll swap back over to PolarPro. Then I can put them side by side up on the screen, and we can have a bit of a look. So recording now, and we've got, so this is on the K&F filter, ND64, no polarizer. We're going to add the polarizer on in a second. And that was the other difference with those photos. Obviously I didn't have the polarizer on. I'm going to get some more photos with the polarizer on as well. But I thought I'd just get some videos. We're at the top of high tide now, so the tide's going to start going down. So I've got probably a little window where I'm going to get all these crashing waves against the rock. But got to work reasonably fast and get that. And then hopefully we should get some really nice footage here with some good motion blur. Some nice crashing waves. Look at that. Beautiful action. Right, so I'm going to get the polarizer on. Okay, so now this is with the polarizer on. So I've got the polarizer over the top of the stacked onto the ND64 filter on the K&F. So it's looking pretty good color wise. Pretty happy, it's not blown out or anything. Image looks pretty cool. We'll get about a minute of this so we can have a good look at the footage, and I can put some good stuff in. Give you a really good clear footage of what it looks like. So now we got the two bits of video, the ND64, and then now with the polarizer, we've got the photos with the ND64, and I'm going to put the polarizer on as well and get some photos while I can. And then we'll go and find another little spot, probably not into the bright sun, and just get a little different image to do a comparison. So there you go, there's a minute there. That looks pretty good. So a little bit of video there, so that looks cool. Okay, second location here, just shooting back along the beach. Got some people doing their thing, having a nice day, and beautiful sunny day. A little bit of cloud over this side, so not too bad. Reason to come here, I've got some clear water in the foreground, so we can see what that polarizer is like as well. So I'm just going to finish adjusting the angle of the lens there. So I'm in photo mode at the moment. I've still got that N64 with the polarizer on. 1/8 of a second, F8. And we're just gonna try and, I'll just wait for the waves to go a little bit. We've got some waves going, we've got all sorts of action going, so a good little shot. And just see what that polarizer's like. See if it breaks through the water like it should. and take that glare off the water. Now, it's the beauty of this, now I've got the sun directly behind me going this way, so that is in essence where you should be shooting anyway. Histogram on the RGB histogram still over to my left, so I could probably come down on that, but I'm at f8, I don't want to go any lower. We could probably go down to the ND8 here and then go up to an f10 or an F higher, because we want to match and just test against that PolarPro. We're going to just shoot with these ones now and see if what we can get. Now, under the clear water in front, we've got some rock formations with some nice textures in them, so it should be a good thing, breaking through the salt water and then getting that shot. I do have the little waterfall, which you've probably seen on the channel before, to my left, which is going all right as well. We may do that next, but at the moment we want to focus on this. Look, that looks really good. That's cutting through the water. I can see the rocks down here in the foreground, and I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty happy with that. Sorry about the noise there. That'll probably be terrible on the microphone, but looks pretty good. So you get a couple more here. Might just take it down to a 6.3, just a little bit lighter. Get some with some motion here. Some decent waves still coming through, so looking pretty good. Let's get a couple more quick ones here once that water clears out a little bit, just so I can see those rocks. Nice, very nice. So I'll swap over to the PolarPro now, and then we'll have a look at those ones. Got the PolarPro on the ND64 with the built-in polarizer, and definitely I've noticed that the K&F is a little bit darker with the combination. So exactly the same settings, haven't touched the camera, but my histogram is now over to the right, just a touch, probably a fifth of the histogram width, if that makes sense to you. So a little bit darker. So, but f6.3 still going to be a decent photo. And we can get a shot there, and then we'll get a couple of shots here with some water flow, get a wave about to come through. That'll give us some photos, then we'll go over to video and we'll have a bit of a look. Good little wave coming now. Oh, great wave. Coming all the way up here. Nice little set. Beautiful day here on the sunny coast. Great day for photography. Be down the beach. And then I want to just wait for these waves to back off a little bit, and we'll get some of this clear water so we can do a test shot for that as well. Looking good. Cool. Right, while I got the PolarPro on, I'll switch over to video. The whites are definitely a little bit just hitting the highlight on it, but it's nothing I don't think we have to really worry about. Look, it looks pretty good. Beautiful image. We'll get about 30 seconds here with the PolarPro, then I'll put the K&F, the Kentfaith back on, and we'll have a bit of a look there. Hopefully get some nice waves. Got some surfers over here as well, so that's looking good. So it's a gorgeous day, and nice to just get some water just coming over these rocks, hopefully, just a little bit of something. That's a go. Very nice. Wait for this one little wave here and then we'll stop it. Cool. Right, I'll swap over to the Kentfaith. Okay, so filter swapped over. We'll go record now. On the histogram for the video, it looked very similar. It wasn't, you couldn't see as much. So on the photo histogram, obviously it's maybe a little bit more fine-tunable. Where on the it's just on the brightness for the histogram for the video, but it looked pretty good. So again, a couple of the skies maybe a little bit blown out. We're going to keep the same settings. That way we can see the sort of difference. Haven't touched anything, exactly the same, just bolted straight on and shoot. And we'll try and get some more action and waves in. Polarizers on, obviously, so I can show you the difference between when the polarizer, there you go, that's cutting down the polarizer. Now all the white's going, we'll break that down. Now we've got full polarizer on. That's looking pretty good. We'll finish this wave off here. A big wave coming through now, so that'll be good. Water everywhere. That was a big wave. So what to do, we'll shoot up here, we'll have a look at the footage and have a bit of a chat. Okay, done and dusted for another week here on the beautiful sunny coast. What a gorgeous day. Great day to come out and do some testing. K&F filters, the magnetic filter system. Look, I had no dramas. Usage of them was fantastic. Polarizer worked great. The ND filter did its job. Definitely around the same mark as the PolarPro. The only discernible difference I found was in the photo side. The rocks were a little bit darker, and you could see it, especially here with the light behind me. The rocks here were just a little bit darker, and I think those things, I don't think the image was affected in any details. It was just maybe a little bit stronger than the PolarPro. So I don't think that's a negative or anything. I think it's the fact that all I had to do was change the settings, but obviously for this video, for the test, I wanted to keep the exact same settings just to show the difference. I couldn't see any color cast or any magentas or anything floating around or doing anything like that. So in that regards, I think, look, the filter itself, they've done a really great job. Really, really impressed with the whole setup. The little pouch, I did go to Bunnings and get a little S-clip to put on the D-ring, and that's what it's for. That's great. And that now hangs off there on the tripod, which is perfect. So wrapped about that. Great job. Great job, K&F. Thanks again for supporting us. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully we can show you some more of their products in the future now that they're supporting the channel, and it's really appreciated. So don't forget, if you want to go check out any of their products, and they do have a ton of products, go check it out below. Use that coupon code 34media for your 15% off. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this little day at the beach. As you can see, everyone else is enjoying it as well as me, and I've had a ball. And yeah, K&F, first choice in photo and video. Go check them out, and thanks again for stopping by. I'll see you all next week. Stay safe. Peace.